Good morning and welcome back to the homestead. We're going to do a little project today. So last year I used these hoop gardens and to get an early start and have veggies before it frosts and in the fall after it frosts. And they worked all right, but they're really a pain in the patootie. It's hard to get it to seal around the bottom to keep it warmer inside. It's hard to lift it and work inside, and it's just kind of a nuisance. So we're going to change things. We're going to build little like pup tents. They're going to cover those raised beds. So I got to run, get some lumber. I got to stop for chicken feed, and then we'll be back. It'll be just a blink of an eye for you. See you in a minute. Alright, so we're going to get 1x2s, $1.18 a piece. I think I need right about 18, but I'm going to get 20 to be safe. So I got a bundle of 18 that's strapped together. They'll be nice and straight. 2 extras. And I got some cup hooks. You'll see what those are for. Some staples. And I got common nails. I was going to get galvanized, but they're going to be under the plastic, so I'm not worried about it. And these were like less than half the price. So anyway, that's it. We're headed to chicken feed next. Heat days at Rural King. What you need? Okay, we're out of here. Okay, so here we are at home, and I've laid out 8 of the 1x2s and marked 33 inches from the end, and then I'm going to set the saw at a 45-degree angle to cut that, and you'll see why here in a minute. Okay, so there's 8 of those, and then set the saw back to 90 and cut these at 33 3/4. Okay, so 2 6-penny nails in each one. The longer, the 33 3/4, goes on top of the 33 so that they're the same. And you got to watch which direction your miters go when you nail them together. And then I'll show you why I mitered them. Be right back. So between the 2 walls of the raised beds, it's 44 inches. So I cut these next boards at 42.5 because we're going to be adding 3/4 on each side. And I want them to sit down inside the walls of the raised bed so that it kind of helps keep the weather out of there. You'll see here in a second what I'm doing. Okay, so first screw up, an admission of guilt. When I calculated this on a drawing, I figured that piece at 48 inches because that's what the beds are. Then I rethought that but didn't rethink it the whole way through. I wanted them to sit down inside the bed, so that piece ended up 44 instead of 48, which meant that up there was not a 90 because those pieces were too long. So I had to take 3 inches off this one to make that work, and now it works great. So I forget. Let me back here. Your long one needs to be 31, and the short one needs to be 30. Alright, so that went to bed together a lot better after I cut those off. Now, the inside of the bed end to end is 93 inches. So I'm going to make the one pup tent, so to speak, a little bit longer than the other half. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Alright, first little pup tent complete. Now that's the one that's 45 inches from there to there. And the next one will be 47. And that'll give me just a little bit of extra room, like between them and at the ends of them and whatever, to maneuver them. So, I'll go build it and then I'll show you why I did it this way. Another correction. Luckily I thought of this before I cut anything. Has to be 48. That one's 45. This one has to be 48. I'll show you. Okay, so there's the pup tents for one whole raised bed. Now the reason I made, instead of just making them exactly the same, half and half, the reason I made one just a little bit longer and the other one a little bit shorter is because when the season comes that I finally am past any frost or cold weather and these come off for the summer, they can be stacked to store them kind of behind the chicken coop, out of sight, out of mind, out of the way, and like that. There you go. So that is why I didn't make them the same. There we go. So that's how they'll be stored. And there you go. So I got to make 2 more and we'll be ready to put plastic on them. Yeah, the boys are checking it out and they say they like it. There's the second 2. Let's see if it fits. And it does. Like that to store it. Okay, time for plastic. The wind finally died down a little bit, so maybe it won't be too bad to do. Be back in a little bit. Alright, I got the plastic over the main body of all of them. I still have to do the ends on 3, both ends on 3 of them. This one's totally done. And I put some little blocks. I'll show you here. Here. Put the little blocks on there. And that's where those cup hooks are going to go. And I'll show you here in a second what those are for. Okay, so there it is. Those cup hooks hook on the fence like there and make a hinge. So those covers can be lifted. Be right back. Okay, so I put another cup hook on the bottom there, and I put a cup hook up there on the railing, and I put a piece of baler twine on there, and I'll show you how this works. You get a hold of the baler twine and you lift it up and you put this, hard to do with one hand. There we go. Oh. There you go. You put that loop right there on the cup hook and that holds that up. So that you can work in the garden, and you can put it back down, or you can lift it on a real warm day when you don't want the hot sun to do too much damage. So the sun's getting low, it's getting cold, I'm tired. I'm gonna call it a day, and we'll finish the ends on the other 3 tomorrow and get this all straightened out and everything installed, and we'll be ready for planting. See you in the morning. So that's it. All 4 are made. It sure is nice being able to work inside those without fighting it. They're a lot less cubic feet of air inside for the sun to warm. And that leaf mold in there is dark, so that'll help absorb some heat and warm the ground up. So, time to put them to bed for about 2 more weeks. This is going to extend my growing season by at least a month in the spring and a month in the fall. So, one last thing. It's 46 degrees outside, and I just about 10-15 minutes ago laid a thermometer in here, and we'll see what it is in there in the sun. 69 degrees. That's sweet. Okay, be back. Hey, thanks for watching the videos. If you like my videos, please hit a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you next video.